Well, Mark, it's been a little while since we've spoken commercially or just in general, really. How has times been with you being on furlough for such a long time?
It's been quite a difficult period, as I'm sure it's been a difficult period for all Shots fans, but the football club did the right thing. They've furloughed us, as you know, both of us. The reason we're just talking briefly about furlough is that I've only literally been back at the club now within the last sort of 3 days. There's lots and lots of work to be done. It was difficult, and I'm sure it's been difficult for some of our fans and some of our sponsors. But I'm back now, and if you've sent an email in the previous few months or you haven't had a response, then I can only apologise but reassure you that it's been done by the club in the club's best interests, and that I'm working my way frantically through emails and phone calls and trying to get as much money in as I can.
And looking at, to the current situation and where we are now, what does that mean for us now moving forward with it all?
Well, we did a sensible budget just before I was furloughed with Bob and the board, and we obviously allowed in that budget for some losses this year in terms of just generally, would we get the same volume of sponsorship or people or sponsors? I thought we looked like we'd put in a reasonable budget. We've had some hiccups along the way. For example, we put in an amount of money for a mascot package, and we are looking at an alternative to mascots. But out of the blue, and sensibly probably, the National League decided we can't have mascots. So we're up against little things like that are unforeseen. But the current situation is good. Our major sponsors, of which there are about half a dozen, and you all know our big sponsors, Bridges and EBB and Natter and Gluco, all of those people have all renewed. We are currently negotiating with one of our last big sponsors, so the retention rate on those we're more than happy with. We've been particularly happy, or I've been particularly happy this week. It's been quite heartwarming for what I would call the supporter base, where people have come forward to sponsor players at £500 a time, and maybe sponsor a ball. I still have a few ball sponsorships short. So the high end has been quite good, and the low end has been very, very positive by people who love the club. We are short though of a few mid-sponsors, people that have got £2,000 or £3,000 and might like a pitch board. So if you know of a company or you know some people that might be able to put me in touch with there, I would be appreciative appreciate that, because that's what my focus is going to be on next week.
And player sponsorships as well. I know that's something you and I have worked on and spoke about quite a lot the last few days as well.
Yeah, player sponsorships have been excellent, and then obviously the news that happened on Friday that broke with Ross McCormack, we could have sold his sponsorship of his shirt 12 times over at a minimum, and as a result of that though, we got people that said, okay, I can't have Ross, but then they filled up or took another player. So that's gone quite well. My focus now is on trying to get the early matches sponsored and the early ball sponsorships done, so that gives me a bit longer then to come into that. With regard to Ross, I'll come back. We've got something to say towards the end of this interview, and it would give you the opportunity to win Ross McCormack's match-worn shirt. And
just looking ahead to the new season and everything, what's new for the football club?
Well, we've got some exciting things that new. Something that you and I are working closely on is the live streaming of the games. It's quite new to us, so more and more will come out about that, but the live streaming is the aim that you can watch home games for a subscription or for an amount. You'll be able to watch the full home game from our camera, stream it if you're not comfortable in coming. But you and I, as we know, but just for the punters, we are really looking at trying, bear with us, we're not there yet, but trying to make that a really excellent presentation, almost like a Sky Sports type presentation with a presenter and commentary and maybe a guest. And even if the live presentation at some point in the future gets stopped by the football embargo of 3 o'clock games, it's something you and I have spoken about with regards to having a proper TV programme maybe once a week that some people can subscribe to, giving them either the complete 90 minutes in full but a few days later, or some highlights, but special stuff that looks really quite good. And I think we're both quite excited about that. It's very early at the moment, and I want to warn the people that we're not going to sort of suddenly give them a blockbuster presentation, but it's something that I think you and I are both excited about bringing to the party. There's a few other little things on there. What did I've forgotten what I was going to say.
The training kit as well. That's
the training kit, and you can leave that in. The training kit. Well, this is something that Danny's been pushing hard. The lads all have training kit. Now, Bridges, estate agents are our main sponsors across the shirt, but we are looking at the possibility of getting all of our training kit sponsored. This would probably be something that we would be looking for a good few £1,000s, but we're looking at potentially doing this as a raffle ticket basis. Now, those who will remember when I played, and it's a long time ago, but the first ever sponsors of the club were Pam's Florist, and they actually won that sponsorship due to a raffle ticket. I think it was £100 then. More news about this will come out, but we're looking at companies or individuals that might give us £200 to sponsor the training kit, and that money would come in, and then their name is actually put on the training kit. There'd be some other spot prizes on that as well. They would get some tickets to a game. It wouldn't just be the training kit. So that's two things there to really look out for in the future for some additional income.
You mentioned additional income as well. What are targets? What are your targets moving forwards?
Yeah, so really, and what I'm looking for moving forwards are the first few matches for ball sponsorship and match sponsorship. If you can assist me with any of those, and obviously at the moment the tough sell is the pitch side boards. So we really want to be pushing those. That's what I'm looking for initially to have some kind of impact. I'm going to be doing some work on the programme next week. Victoria's been on to me. The game's coming around thick and fast. So we've got some programme ads that we also need to sort out. But we do have everything, Henry, ranging from, like a £20 pitch square to get your name on the pitch, right up to thousands of pounds, and there's something for everyone. So if you have a budget of £20, or if you have a budget of £200, or if you have a budget of £1,000, there really is something out there that we can work with you. And I'd really encourage you to try and work with us. And just on that, whilst it is difficult times, and I really do appreciate it's difficult times, and not everybody's got much money, but people have not been going into London, and it could be a great opportunity to sponsor your local club, because people aren't working in London anymore at the moment until this pandemic eases up. So maybe people might not go to the Premiership games. There's lots more people shopping at more of their local shops instead of the supermarkets. So it's almost done a full turn. Maybe it's time for the people to get behind their local football team as well. So this is an opportunity where more local people could be behind their local football team, which means more local people would see your advert or your sponsorship package, and therefore maybe we can all start helping each other. So that's the angle I'm looking for.
And of course, something we always try and push, especially every week, is In With A Shot as well, another game.
Yeah, so I want to mention In With A Shot. I think it's always compared with the Golden Ticket. The Golden Ticket in the past raised an amazing 60,000. We gave 15,000 out, and we raised £45,000 in a really short space of time. That was never going to happen again. It was a great success, and I applaud everyone who entered that scheme. But I'm delighted with In With A Shot, and I just want to give you some figures about it. We were in the middle of a pandemic, and after about 8 months, In With A Shot, which is facilitated, it's run by the football club, but facilitated by the supporters club, has raised over £5,000 and given to the football club over £5,000 in money, and that's thanks to you guys. But here's something, because it's only a small amount, we've given £6,000 away in prize money. So Shots fans have won £6,000, and brilliant, good on ya, and good luck. And in the meantime, you've given the club £5,000. In December, if you sign up now, because whilst that's brilliant, we only have about 100 members. Now, we've got 2,000 people sometimes coming to watch us. If we can encourage that to go to 200, 300 people, that would all treble. So you're now looking at then being given 18,000 in prize money and 15,000 coming into the club. Those numbers change dramatically. And that starts, ladies and gents, boys and girls, at as little as £2 a week. So that's where your budget can be, or £5 a week. And you have a chance to win every single week. So if you win it the first week, you're in the draw for the second week, and you're in the draw for the third week, and you're in the draw for the whole year. And it's all split 50-50. So it's a success story when you think that we're in the middle of a pandemic that's raised £5,000 for the club. So I'm delighted with it. We've got a special £1,000 win in December if you sign up. So if that's within your price range, if you can help the club, if you're thinking of not coming because of the pandemic, maybe you can sign up with the shop. Hopefully you'll be coming as well as signing up with the shop. It is something I'd like to really try and push home.
Because everyone likes to win prizes and win games, don't they? So
exactly, like everyone has a little flutter, everyone has a little flutter, and I'm not encouraging anyone to sort of gamble, but what I'm saying to you is the Grand National comes round, my nan, we all do a sweepstake, everybody wants to just have that little buzz. This is a way of helping the football club and winning. Two fans every week win in excess or up to nearly £100 a week. And
another way we could do that is possibly with the Ross McCormack shirt.
Yeah, so this was just an idea that's coming a little bit later. The Ross McCormack spot was an amazing sign. It was a great day Friday. The whole club was buzzing. It reminded me of the old days where I saw people on Twitter, on Facebook, on ShotsWeb, everybody pulling in the same direction, and amazed that the club has got a player of the calibre of Ross McCormack here. And it was a great day. I could have sold his player sponsorship 12 times over. That's not an exaggeration. There were at least 12 inquiries wanting to sponsor him. So what we've come up with is an idea. His shirt is now sponsored, and the sponsors will get his match-worn shirt at the end of the season. But as a one-off, in his first game, the shirt that Ross wears in his first game, we are giving you, the Shots fans, an opportunity to win that shirt in a raffle. It's not the highest bid, but we are looking at £25 a ticket. So if you would like to buy a ticket to win, or for a chance to win Ross McCormack's shirt that he wears in his first appearance for All Shot, could be home, could be away, it'll be the first appearance. That's a one-off game, and we need you to sign up now before the season starts. If you're interested, then ring me. I have a temporary number at the moment, which is 07557 955 011, or the club, and speak to myself or Matt Wigman. And I can't wait. It feels like I've been out of the scene forever. It's going to be tough this season, I think, but I think it's, I don't know whether it's just the feeling that you have that everyone pulls together. The signings certainly help that, and let's make it this year that we, whatever happens, we maybe try and stop all of our personal bickering and we get right behind All Shot. And if you can help me, if you have a budget of £2 a week, or if you have a budget that you can spend £40,000 with us, I'd like to hear from you.
You win with a shot. For more information, click the link in description.
Click here for the next video, click here to subscribe.